What's up, family? It's your girl, Dr. Shonna. You guys come on in. I'm trying to see how the sound is. You guys let me know how the audio is because I'm in my car and I'm parked. I decided not to move, so I don't know how the audio is. I need you guys to give me that feedback on the audio so I can know that I should be moving forward with this conversation. If you can hear me okay, there might be a little delay in the process. How you doing, Gwendolyn? How you doing, beloved? I'm so glad you guys are here. Let me know if you can hear me well because I want to have a conversation about black business. So people are saying it's good. Okay, great. All right. Awesome. Awesome. Gwendolyn, I'm doing okay. I'm not too well, but I'm doing okay. Nonetheless, I'm going to give you guys a little story. Shalom. Shalom to you too. Salam alaikum to you guys. Peace, brothers and sisters. I'm glad you're here. I'm not going to be here too long, but I felt the need to say this because oftentimes I get emails from people asking me to talk on black businesses. And this is a topic that I sort of, in some sense of the word, I sort of shy away from it a lot of times because I want to try to be careful about what I say because we are in some trying times right now. And we are in a place in this world where we need to be strategic with how we're moving. We need to be strategic with our dollars, and we need to be strategic with how we're showing up as a people. And so with that being said, I'm very cautious of my words, but I think that we also have to be honest about what's going on in our community. I think we need to be honest with each other about how we're showing up. And I think when necessary, we have to really pull each other's coats when it is necessary. So I say this to say you to all you guys. There go my one of my supporters. What's up, D.E. Roberts? Thank you so much. D.E. Roberts says looking dark and lovely, doctor. I'm trying to, man, but I want to be authentic with you guys too, right? To look dark, look beautiful, dark and lovely is one thing, but to go through life is another thing. What's up, Political Little? What's up, Nick Joe? I'm glad you guys are on. Thank you for that donation. He said you better support nationwidenotarypublic.com, ma'am. Absolutely. And you know that I want you guys to do that. Shout out your businesses. Shout out your businesses. Put your business names in the chat. I thank you for the donation, Sid, but I want you guys to put your business names in the chat. And I want you guys to get out your feelings today. Don't feel some kind of way about what I am going to say. And don't let that stop you from sharing the video. Don't let that stop you from leaving a comment. Don't let that stop you from subscribing to the channel. Don't let that stop you from doing donations. I am going to be honest with you guys. And I think we have to be honest with you guys. We have to tell the truth. And I keep beating around this because it's going to be hard for me. But I'm going to be authentic. So let me give you guys a little bit of information about where I'm at right now, what I'm going through. I mean, I guess the retrograde, people are crazy right about now. But I went through an incident where I'm not going to speak on because I cannot speak on it legally. But I have a fractured wrist, right? Y'all see that? I got a fractured wrist as a result of this incident. And so I went to the emergency room. Obviously, we don't own any hospitals. So, of course, I went to the emergency room. And there's no big beef about that. No big deal. And within 25 minutes, 30 minutes tops, I was told that I had a fracture in my wrist. And I was told that I had to follow up with my primary care physician because the type of insurance that I have requires me to have a referral in order to go to an orthopedic doctor. So I could not get the kind of care I needed right away. Shout out to African Consciousness Bookstore, an online Black African bookstore. You got to check them out. Shout out to Lavender Pop Greeting Cards, right? A Black-owned greeting card company. We got to check them out. Thank you for that, Patrice. So I called my doctors, and I let them know. Now, my doctor is a Black doctor, right? And I specifically sought this doctor out by reading reviews online about this doctor. And her reviews, for the most part, overwhelmingly, were positive. I don't pay attention to negative reviews when there's only but so many of them, right? Like on these videos, I get some thumbs downs. You're never gonna have people that really like you all the way through, no matter what. So that's okay. Thank you for that donation to Yari. I appreciate that. Thank you for that donation. You're never gonna have people that's always gonna write positive things about you. But when the overwhelming amount of reviews about your practice or about you, not practice, about you as a physician is positive, and you're black, I'm intentional about everything I'm doing. I'm going to support you, right? So I found this doctor a little over a year ago, almost 2 years ago, intentionally. Intentionally, I found this doctor. And ever since switching to this doctor from my primary care physician, who was a Jewish man, ever since switching to this doctor, I have experienced nothing but headaches in this practice. Now I'm going to speak on it. I'm not giving y'all the doctor's name because maybe some of y'all don't mind environments like that. Nothing negative against the doctor. So that's why I'm not going to give you guys the doctor's names. Nothing negative. Nothing negative. I mean, there were some things that she did along the way that I spoke to her about and we had a conversation about, and she was able to accept where she went wrong, and I'll tell you guys about that. And I appreciated the conversation. She respects me as a doctor. I respect her as a doctor. And I refer people to her. She's never referred anybody to me, but I refer people to her. So I don't have anything negative to say about her. I love when I go to black businesses and they employ their people. Now, there are 2 white ladies that work there who are also very nasty in their demeanor, right? But the doctor I have no beef with. So I make this appointment. I call and I leave a message because of COVID. Nobody is there taking phone calls and you have to leave a message. Okay, cool. I leave a message. No one calls me back. All right, I get it, because in my practice, there's going to be some times where we don't get back to you right away, right? Because we get a lot of phone calls. We're working remotely. We got to check in to check messages. I get it. I get it. So I'm not mad at that. But I call again. I leave another message indicating this is my second message that I have a fractured wrist. I'm in need of a referral. I gotta get medical treatment. I'm in a splint. This is not working for me. Few hours go by. Now it's going toward the end of the day. I get a phone call. And I'm saying, hey, I told him the problem. I said, I need a referral. Can I just get a referral? Well, with the kind of assurance you have to come in person to get a referral. Thank you for that donation, Real Life. You have to come in person to get a referral. I said, is there any way I can do telehealth? I live 45 minutes away. I'm not coming for a regular appointment. I just need a referral to an orthopedic. I have a broken bone. Well, unfortunately, you have to come in. Our next telehealth appointment is on such and such date. What about in person? Well, we have this on Thursday. I said, I got to wait 2 days to see a doctor and I have a broken bone? All right, cool, no problem. Give me an appointment. I understand COVID. I get it, whatever. So I get the appointment. Now I leave my house. I live 45 minutes away from the doctor's office. I leave my house in an hour in time. I hit traffic. I can't control traffic. I got one arm, so I can't make a phone call to tell anybody I'm running late. I get to the doctor's office 11 minutes late. 11 minutes, not 15 minutes, not 30 minutes, not an hour. 11 minutes late. So a black girl opens up the door, which almost everybody, besides 2 people, almost everybody in the practice is black. Black girl, yes, somebody said 2 days with a broken bone. Yes, a 2-day appointment with a broken bone, right? A black girl opens the door and she says, Mrs. Etienne, are you aware, this is what she says, are you aware that you had a doctor's appointment today? So I'm on the phone with one of my friends. And I looked around like, is she talking to me? And I'm sitting in a chair. And so I said, yes, I am aware. Are you aware, her second question, that your doctor's appointment was at 11 o'clock this morning? I look at my watch. By the time she's talking to me, it's 11:15. And I said, yes, I am aware. I said, I am aware my doctor's appointment is at 11 o'clock this morning. And I got here at 11:11. And I live 45 minutes away. And I have a broken wrist. I said, where are we going with this? Can you let me know what are we doing? Because the only thing I need is a referral. Where are we going with this? You don't have to get hostile with me. I said, that's hostility? Thank you for that donation, Africool. Thank you so much. I said, is that hostility? I'm asking you, where are you going with this? Because you're coming out here with interrogatories. You're interrogating me about being 11 minutes late when I drove 45 minutes to a doctor who is black to support her practice, to help feed her and her children. When I could have went to any doctor in my office, in my area, 45 minutes away, you're asking me about being 11 minutes late when it took me 2 days to get a doctor's appointment. I have a fractured bone and I need a referral. Where are we going with this? You feel that I'm interrogating you? I just feel that I want you to know that, it might take us longer to get to you because you were late. And I said, and that is fine. That is fine. That's all you had to say is, man, because your appointment's at 11 o'clock, we might be a little behind schedule seeing you. That's all you had to say. That's all you had to say. I said, I don't understand what's all of this. So she goes back into the room with her little attitude, her busted ass lace front, goes back into the room. Now I'm hot. I'm hot. Because I'm asking, where is the compassion? I'm asking, where is the concern? I'm not there for a cold. I'm not there for a sore knee or headache. And even if I was, it wouldn't matter. But I'm there for something you can see out of your eyes, that I am fractured. And you're asking me about being 11 minutes late? So I thought it through. And I thought about all the different incidents I've had at this practice. I have had to report this practice. Believe it or not, I have had to report this practice to my insurance company, their billing department, not the doctor herself, because she's not the owner of the practice. She works in a practice. I think the practice, is an assumption, but I think the practice might be white. I don't know. But it's a whole system. It's a whole system that all these different doctors are in, right? Thank you for that donation, Sid. Sid is saying, sis, a lot of times the doctors are on point, but their staff is trash. Happens to me all the time. You're right. So I sit down there and I think about all that I went through. I had to report this business, which not the doctor. I didn't report the doctor. Yes, a medical group. That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you. They're a part of a medical group. And I'm assuming the medical group is not black owned, but the doctor is black. So I had to report this medical group for insurance fraud. They've charged me $2,000 on one of my visits when my insurance paid it. So I have the EOBs, which are the explanations of benefits, showing that it has been resolved and paid, but they still have me owing $2,000. That was a problem. And I had a conversation about that. One time, one of the staff members must have been having a bad day, and her demeanor was so disrespectful. And I said to her, is there something that I did to you? And so she was like, why are you asking me that? And I said, I'm not sure of the energy I'm getting from you, but I've been nothing but kind, and you have been very disrespectful. And she then started to change her tone, but it was a lot of banter before she corrected her behavior. So I spoke to the doctor about that. And I said, I don't know what we're used to, but this is not stuff that I'm used to doing. There was another time they didn't want to give me an appointment. I had switched insurance plans, still the same company, switched plans, and I'm letting her know that my card is active. And she's telling me my card is not active. I called them in front of her. She's arguing with me about what she's looking in the computer. And I'm on the phone with the people from my insurance company, because y'all know I'm a doctor. Y'all know I'm in insurance companies. So I know what to do. I know the back numbers to dial. And I said, would you like to speak to the representative? She speaks to the representative. The representative says, I don't know what you are looking at or if you put information in wrong, but this person's insurance is active. Would you like me to fax you confirmation? The lady faxes confirmation, and she still was trying to refuse to give me an appointment. And then finally she had to do it because I hit her with patient rights and all this other stuff and the Bill of Rights and what the laws are. And I said, I don't know if you are aware, but you're speaking to a doctor herself. So what you're doing is not right. And we have to rectify this, or it's got to get reported, because this right here is not acceptable behavior. And that's how I got an appointment to see my doctor. So I say all that to say, people, we got to do business. We got to do better. We're always talking about supporting Black businesses. We're always speaking about standing up for one another, keeping the dollars in our community. And I agree with all of it. I told you all I am strategic about how I go about spending my money in the areas where I can help it. I can't help what car I drive. I can't help what car I drive, because ain't none of us owning and creating and manufacturing and distributing a car company. I can't help that. There's things that I cannot help, but there are things that I can help. I can choose who I go to for my primary care. I can choose who I go to for my hair. I can choose who I go through for my food. Some of my food, because a lot of us ain't owning no damn supermarkets, right? Or you know what I mean, right? We're not growing our own food for the most part. So I can choose certain things. I can choose restaurants I go into. I can choose what businesses I go into for certain things. I can choose those things. I chose a Black doctor. I chose a Black GYN. I chose a Black dentist on purpose. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. And I had a Black eye doctor as well, but she closed her practice, and I don't have any beef with her. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. Every last doctor that I have chosen and I've gone through, even my daughter's dermatologist, we even left her. She's well known. I'm not going to say her name. She's well known here in New Jersey, in Essex County, well known. Her staff are some nasty motherfuckers. You hear me? I had a problem with the dermatologist's office. We stayed as long as we can. We stayed as long as we can. Somebody said, you are complaining about a Black doctor. I'm not complaining about the Black doctor. So Keys, you're late. You're late. What I said, Keys, and let me inform you, Keys, because I see what you're saying, but you're making some bad assumptions because you must be late to the video. What I said, Keys, was I'm not going to give the doctor's name because I have no beef with the doctor. I said I like the doctor. I said my problem is with the staff that the medical group employs. And the staff just happens to be Black. That's what I said, Keys. So at the end of the day, even if it's a medical group, Keys, and all the doctors there are of color, and all the staff, with the exception of 2, are of color, the onus is not on the doctor per se. The onus, to some extent, is on the medical group, but the onus has to be on us as individuals, Keys. And this is what I mean when I say we try to okay, no, the dermatologist is not Dr. Taylor. This is why and yes, Patrice, I agree with you. Not all skin folk are our kinfolk. I agree with you. But this is why I say we have to take accountability for how we're showing up. We can't just, because somebody is out here and they're having a conversation about black doctors, you can't get in your bag and say, oh, you're complaining. No, this is not complaining. This is the fact, Keys, that I've been with a broken arm and it took 2 days to get an appointment. And I understood that. I was not mad at that. And I'm not going to go over the video again. You can go back and watch it so you can see what I said. But at the end of the day, we have to have concern and compassion about the people who are strategically bringing their monies to us to keep us employed. Right? We have to have concern and compassion. We have to take accountability of how we're engaging with our own people. And we got to stop this whole thing of acting like we're all good and we're all loving and we're all professional. We got to stop acting like that. Right? We got to stop acting like that. Somebody's saying, at my children's black doctor and dentist office, their staff are white. Somebody said, Bob is saying, we have to always support black businesses. Make a complaint to the doctor and her staff. Follow it with the letter. If there's no change, then leave them alone and find another black-owned business. Yes, I did make numerous complaints. This is not the first incident, Bob, so I agree with you. And yes, I am leaving. I already have right here, I'm not going to show you the name of the business, but I already have right here a request for my records. I am leaving. And I am going to sit down and I am going to find another black doctor to go to, right? And I'm going to keep doing that. But what I'm saying is I am not going to accept bad behavior just because we are black, right? I'm not going to accept bad behavior because we're black. I wouldn't want somebody to accept me as a doctor with bad behavior because I'm black. I wouldn't want somebody to tolerate my staff being inconsiderate, lacking compassion, lacking patience, lacking understanding, lacking empathy. I wouldn't want my staff to treat anybody like that. Right? So we have to be honest about that. We are in very critical times, people. We're in very critical times. And what I'm noticing is we don't like feedback. This is not criticism. This is real information because somebody's life is at stake. Right? Somebody's life is at stake. Right? This is I am a patient with a broken wrist. So are you meaning to tell me while I am in pain on a level 9 taking Motrin to be able to withstand the pain, to get 2 days for a doctor's appointment, to be chastised for being 11 minutes late? When I live 45 minutes away, I left an hour on time and I hit traffic. And your conversation with me is, well, why didn't you call the office? With one hand? Do you understand I am driving with one hand? So to come on here and to say it's a complaint, no! No! We are not going to do that to each other. We are not going to tell one another just to suck it up. We're not going to tell each other, well, just file a complaint. No! We're not going to do this. It's not acceptable. It's not acceptable. And it doesn't mean I'm not going to support black businesses. I am. But this is not the first time I've communicated with this business about this kind of behavior. Right? This is not the first time. Not the first time. Do you want to know of another time? I don't know if you guys know this. I'm an asthmatic. And my asthma gets triggered twice a year. And I know when I'm having an asthma attack. So I went to this office, this practice, and I said, I know what's happening. I'm about to have an asthma attack. I need a shot to be able to open up my chest. She asked me all the questions. I went through the whole thing. She says, well, sometimes you don't need a shot. Now, mind you, I've been living with asthma all my life. Sometimes you don't need a shot. Let me just give you these steroids, and this should do the job. I said, are you sure? Because that happened before when somebody did that, and I had an asthma attack. And because I've been doing this for so many times, the doctor I left to come here, when I come in, he automatically gives me a shot because I have a history. And that's what's in my medical records. Yeah, I understand, but sometimes you don't need it. So I trusted it, and I went with it. Do you know I took all the drugs that she told me to take? 5 days later, I was in an emergency room. I had an asthma attack. The physician at the emergency room said if I did not come in that day, I probably would have been dead because my air was so low and my lungs were so constricted. They gave me that shot, and in 30 minutes, my whole chest was open and I was breathing. But I didn't get mad at the doctor. I didn't get mad at my black doctor. I didn't. I went back to follow up, and I said to this doctor what happened. I gave her all the medical records, and she said, I'm so sorry that happened. I'm so sorry. And you're right. You know your body, and this is what the relationship is like, and I'm getting to know you as a new patient, and next time you feel you can't breathe, come back. I said, I didn't have time for a next time. The next time was an emergency room, but I understand where you're going. I understand where you're coming from. And yes, these are my medical records. And she said, I will do a better job at listening to you because, yes, you know your body well and you know your body best. Now, the conversation changed because the first time was she knew what was best, right? But when I ended up in the hospital and my doctor said, if you would have waited a day later, you would have been dead. You would have been dead. But I came back. It didn't change anything. I still referred people. I still had my adult daughter transfer her records to her, came over to the practice, no matter what. So I don't have any beef with this doctor whatsoever. And that's why I'm not giving you guys the doctor's name. I don't have any beef with this doctor. But the professionalism of the practice is not good. So I hope you guys are dropping your business names. I just want to say to you all, we do have to support black businesses. We do have to stand up for one another and make sure we keep the dollars going. But we do not happen. Somebody said this happened last week. My broken arm or the asthma. Because the asthma incident was a year ago. And I'm still at this practice. So that's why I said to the people that came in and wanted to say whatever they wanted to say without having information, I've been working with them for a long time. So me choosing to leave, when this is the second emergency that I have, when me choosing to leave, this is no longer about me just blindly supporting the business. This is now about me having to recognize with my spiritual eyes that this business can cost me my life. Right? Thank you for that, Nikaya. Thank you for that donation, Sid. He's saying, beware the doctors that you hit you with prescripts first. It's like I have to let them do their spiel for 5 minutes. Then they get down to doctoring, right? This is what I'm talking about. Somebody, well, Sean, don't argue with Keys. As you can see, Sean, I didn't say anything else to Keys. I said what I said. Keys is obviously taking this personal, and you know, Keys is obviously taking this personal. Somebody says, she says, Keys is saying, what happened to urgent care? What happened to emergency room? We're missing that you don't use. Okay, see, Keys clearly hasn't. Don't argue with Keys, because as you guys all heard me say, beloved, at the beginning of the video, see, Keys is emotional. Keys thinks she or he got all the answers, right? That's what emotion looks like. So as you guys heard at the beginning of the video, I told you all I went to the emergency room. And the emergency room gave me a splint and said to follow up with my primary care doctor because the type of insurance that I have requires a referral. And when I called the doctor's office, they told me they would have to see me face to face and they couldn't give me a telehealth appointment. And they gave me an appointment 2 days later, and I have a fracture, right? 2 days later. So not only did I go to the emergency room to get treatment, which they couldn't help because of they did what they can do because it's an emergency room. You have to go to a doctor, right? Then I call my doctors and it takes 2 days to get an appointment. And then I come here and I get chastised for 11 minutes. And the only thing I need is a referral. Right? So Patrice and them, don't argue with Keys. Keys is just emotional. Keys just wants attention. And I think we have given Keys enough attention. We cannot give Keys any more attention because Keys doesn't listen, right? So this is what happens when people are emotional. They feel some kind of way. Maybe because Keys has a black business and we're having this conversation about black businesses, and now Keys is upset, right? I'm a black business too. I'm a black business too, but I'm not upset, right? However, I'm ending this video now. I want you guys to know, Jazz, somebody says, yes, Keys realize how much the emergency room costs. Urgent care doesn't cost as much as an emergency room. She's a doctor, has great insurance, so evidently she was not in that much pain. You guys got to leave Keys alone. Keys don't understand how referrals work, so just leave Keys alone. See what I'm talking about when some people are not that intelligent? And this is exactly an example of not having intelligence. But anyways, I was saying, y'all can just go ahead and just block Keys and put Keys in timeout. Get Keys off the channel. I already did that. So to my moderators, get Keys off the channel. You see Keys come back on. Get Keys out of here. Oh, somebody said cheese. Yes, we can talk about cheese. Get cheese out of here, right? We just block trolls. You can't, like I said to y'all earlier, y'all can't help. Yeah, somebody said ignorance is bliss. This is what I'm talking about. See, it's people like Keys, aka Cheese. If that was a black business, don't support them. Don't support people like Keys and Cheese, right? Don't support people like that. However, even if you have an experience, this is my takeaway. Somebody said, yeah, black businesses are more hustlers than anything. I don't know, Scorpio. I don't know if they're hustlers more than anything. I have had great experiences with black businesses, and I understand the world that we are in right now. So I'm going to support black businesses no matter what. What I'm saying to you guys, the takeaway from this video, and I'm out, is do not allow yourself to be mistreated. Do not allow your money to be mishandled or not appreciated. Do not allow yourself to put your life at jeopardy just because you're trying to support a black business. As you can see, for the last 2 years I've been at this practice, I drove 45 minutes for any doctor's appointment I had to have. 45 minutes. That is the diligence and love of somebody like me to support a black business. Right? That 45 minutes. right? 45 minutes to support a business that even when I told her I was going to have an asthma attack, she didn't take that seriously, and I had an asthma attack and ended up in an emergency room. 45 minutes. It was a bad experience, but it's not going to stop me from supporting Black doctors. It's not going to stop me from supporting Black businesses. If I got to drive an hour to another Black business, I will. But what I'm not going to do is tolerate bad behavior because they are a Black business. I'm not going to tolerate disrespect because they're a Black business. I'm not going to tolerate disregard because they are a black business. I'm not going to tolerate negative energy because they are a Black business. Right? I am going to have conversations with you, but I'm not going to keep having the same conversations with you. I am going to talk to you. I'm not going to write an email. I'm not going to blast you. Even in this video, I'm not even saying the name of the medical group, and I'm not even saying the name of the doctor. I don't have any beef. I don't have any beef. But what I do have is a choice. And what I can make are decisions, right? And you have a choice too. And you can make decisions as well. Somebody's asking, was this an ADOS doctor? Unfortunately, the haze of our lives, it was an ADOS doctor, but I don't think that would matter for me. I don't care if you are an ADOS doctor. And I see what you're saying. I understand where you're going with that. I totally understand where you're going with that. I don't care if it's an ADOS doctor, a Caribbean doctor, African doctor. If I cannot find an ADOS doctor, then I'm going to go to a Caribbean or an African doctor without a doubt, because I love all of my people, right? And I get what you're saying. I know where you're going with this. I understand that, and we can have a difference of opinions. I'm always going to support ADOS first and foremost, but as long as you're in that Black rim, I'm going to support you as well. But what I'm not going to do is put my life at risk. I'm not going to tolerate bad behavior. I'm not going to do that. So that's all I have for this video. Y'all go ahead and drop your business name, drop your websites down there. As a matter of fact, I want to start interviewing some of you guys who are business owners. I want to bring you guys on a platform. I want to interview you all so that you can get your business out there. There'll be, 15 to 20-minute interviews, not long, not much. We need to know who's in business. We need to know what's doing what. And if you need help getting your business all the way right, you just need to join my page. I'm doing another video today on business from my page. So you guys know who are in my business group on this page. Y'all know I come and I give y'all some real hard shit, right? I give y'all some real information. I even teach people how to formulate a seamless business. And anyone who has ever visited my practice, y'all know how my practice rolls. It's a seamless business. It's a phone call, verification of your insurance, getting you to an appointment. There's forms that you filled out. There's policies, procedures that you sign. We go over the informed consent. We do everything that a professional business is supposed to do. And that's how businesses should run. If your business is not running that way, and you're not hiring the right people, and you don't have employee manuals, you don't have training manuals, if you don't have these things, you need to get these things together in your business. You need to get it together in your business. And that's what I teach on. So it costs you pennies to be a member of the business group here on this YouTube channel to help you get your business right. It costs you nothing. It costs you nothing to be a member in this channel to get what you need out of me, where I teach you guys how to go about different things. It costs you nothing. So go ahead and join the channel. Go ahead and sign up for the membership. Look at the business videos. When I go live on the business videos, you guys should be live on the business videos so y'all can get your questions answered. When I go live on the relationship videos, you guys should be live with me on the relationship videos to get your questions answered. No matter what I go through, I can have bad experiences. Right? See somebody saying that you do, Dr. Shonna Etienne. You surely do. People are in this group. They know. I'm going to give y'all the real deal. I can show you countless emails from people who have helped. Whether it's their relationship, their parenting, their business, it doesn't matter, right? Because it is what it is. We got to build each other up. But if we're not allowed to take criticism, if we can't take feedback, then we're putting ourselves in a bad position. We got to be able and willing to take feedback. So that's all I have for you guys. Support your Black businesses. Support your Black businesses. If you feel that one business treated you bad, you can talk about it, but don't blast their names. Don't blast their names if you can avoid it. If it's something, if somebody's doing bad shit in the community, like raping children, molesting children, selling drugs to our children, put those motherfuckers on blast. But if that's not what's happening, you don't have to put them on blast. You can talk your truth, talk your shit, but you don't have to put them on blast, right? And I'm not going to put this doctor on blast. She might work for somebody else. Somebody else might like unprofessional behavior in a practice. I just happen to be one of those people that do not like that. So go ahead now, share the video, give this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down for the haters, right? I love all my moderators. I love all my members, the business members, the social media members, the relationship members, the community supporters. I love every last one of you guys. Peace and blessings, family. Subscribe to the channel, share the video, and email me. Ask drshonna@gmail.com. Email me if you would love for me to interview you about your business so that you can get your business out there. Love you all. Be blessed.